Hey everybody, it's Christina Hawkins. I just want to give you a little quick update on your care plans. So first, let's discuss how we invoice. First, we put you on a subscription method using WooCommerce and our Stripe, who's our merchant account. You should have complete access to our WooCommerce store. You have a login and a password where you have full capabilities of updating your credit card information and even canceling or upgrading your account. If you have some troubles, just go ahead and reach out to us and you just don't want to be bothered with it, totally fine. You can just send us an email and we'll reach out to you and get that updated information. The second thing is you should be getting a receipt from the store, the WooCommerce store, which outlines exactly what you've paid for that month. The third thing is, if you're going beyond the allotted time, so if there's any additional fees or anything extra, that probably might come from our QuickBooks, which will have a legit invoice. Things that are coming from WooCommerce are more of a receipt. They're already paid for, you're on a subscription model. Things that are going outside of that care plan will be invoiced separately. So getting into what are you invoiced for? Major design changes are large web features that are not covered under the care plan are extra. Those are the types of things that we're going to send you an invoice for. So large scale changes to your website that possibly go beyond your allotted time. So specific examples might be with Google Search Console. If there's an error with Google Search Console, forward this to us and we'll do our best to get something like those done, usually in about 5 minutes. Totally fine. Usually these errors are temporary. If it's a major search engine issue that falls outside the care plan purview, then that would be an additional invoicing feature. So going back to it again, if it's something like Google Search Console where they're coming back at you with recommendations on things we need to fundamentally change to the website, that goes beyond the care plan. Care plans are typically with your allotted time or simply updates and maintenance and things like that. If you're on a higher care plan package, those changes might possibly be included, but typically our tech and our exec care plans do not include those. Google and SEO. So if SEO is not part of a particular care plan package, you might be paying for an SEO package, which obviously we're doing that. But if you're on a basic care plan package, we are not doing a regular SEO campaign. We cannot be responsible for your website performs organically. SEO is complicated, requires regular content, research, analysis, constant updates to your website, constantly checking the performance of your site and making sure that Google's happy and your clients are happy. So there's a whole lot of things that go along with an SEO. If you're interested in growing your reach organically, let me know. I'll give you the link. Broken links within your monthly report will include a broken links report. If there are internal links that are broken, we'll absolutely fix them. If they're external, let us know what we should be changing them to. Typically, those are part of a care plan. That's something that we should be fixing for you. So if you find a broken link, let us know. We'll take care of it. If you're on our host only package, that would not be included. Okay, so I'm just going to interrupt here because you can see I've got a different background. Don't have my glasses on. It's a totally different day. But as I was going through this video, I realized that I needed to explain a little bit the different care plans and how they relate to the invoicing. So if you're starting at the hosting, then that is our lowest tier, and any requests or any updates, those are always get invoiced. For tech and executive plans, again, it depends on your half-hour maintenance. But a lot of what I was just talking about earlier would apply, because tech and executive are image updates, content updates, adding a blog, maybe adding a page, changing out the menu. Those are the types of things that we're looking at. Fixing a link, maybe going and updating meta tags. But outside that is more SEO related. Google Search Console, which is an SEO tool made by Google. Those are outside of those care plans. If you're adding a whole page and we have to design a page and adding the content, that's outside. That's feature requests. But if you've got a page that is already, we're just duplicating a page and adding the content that you send it, that's totally fine. Now, if you're on the chairman plans, those are our highest tier, and those, again, depending on how many hours you have with us, that ranges from 3 to 8 hours a month with us. And those, again, really depend on where you're at with your hours, but we will for sure look at Google Search Console issues. We'll look at your broken links. We're not doing SEO. We're not doing search engine optimization, writing content, and doing all that kind of work. So just wanted to clarify that. All right, so back to the video. All right, so changes that you might see in the invoicing. We will be invoicing per month as best as I can, rather than invoicing in a single invoice, meaning in the past, we would send an invoice that possibly has 2 months worth of work. Not doing that. And from now on, we're going to invoice per month. So if we have 2 months worth of work, it'll be, let's say, July's work and then another invoice for August's work. It's just simpler to keep that all separate, easier to understand where you went outside the purview or what we agreed on in terms of a feature. So if it's a single ticket expands over 2 months, let's just say you had one ticket with us and you sent it on the 20th and it's going into August, and all of a sudden we're into August time frame, you're going to still be billed separately. You're going to get an invoice for July and we're going to send an invoice for August. Those two. Got it. So I just want to clarify a lot of how we invoice in the billing process and all that. Hopefully that's been helpful. Hopefully, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and we will for sure do our best to always improve and make things as simple as possible for you. Thanks so much. Bye.